appreciated the magnitude of activities that the Commission undertakes during general elections. Not only the recruitment and training of about 1 million people to serve as ad hoc staff, the magnitude of materials mobilized for our election is simply enormous. For instance, INEC has printed 421.7 million ballot papers for the 6 scheduled elections, as well as 13.6 million leaves of result forms for the presidential election alone. Indeed, managing 91 political parties and 23,316 candidates for whom votes will be cast in 119,973 polling units by over 84 million voters is certainly astounding. No doubt, preparations for the 2019 general elections have been extensively tasking for INEC. It is therefore not unexpected that such a tremendous national mobilization of men and materials will encounter operational challenges, and we have had our own fair share of these challenges. There has been delays in delivering ballot papers and result sheets for the elections, which is not unusual. However, I must emphasize that all ballot papers and result sheets were ready before the elections, despite the very tight legal framework for finalizing nominations of candidates and dealing with the spate of legal challenges that accompany it. In this regard, the Commission has been sued or joined in 640 court cases arising from the nomination of candidates alone. As of today, there are 40 different court orders against the Commission on whether to add or drop candidates. Interestingly, the last order actually arrived yesterday. The net effect of this is that there is usually roughly 1 month window for the Commission to print ballot papers and result sheets and either fly or transport them to several destinations until they finally get to each of the polling units. Unfortunately, in the last 1 week, flights within the country have been adversely affected by bad weather. For instance, 3 days ago, we were unable to deliver materials to some locations due to bad weather. We therefore had to rely on slow-moving, long-haulage vehicles to locations that can be serviced by air, in spite of the fact that we created 5 zonal hubs: Abuja for the North Central, Port Harcourt for the South-South and Southeast, Kano for the Northwest, Maiduguri and Yola for the Northeast, and Lagos for the Southwest, to facilitate the delivery of electoral logistics. Apart from these logistical challenges, we also faced what may well be attempts to sabotage our preparations. In a space of 2 weeks, we had to deal with serious fire incidents in 3 of our offices in Isialangwa South local government area of Abia State, Kwampan local government area of Plateau State, and our Anambra State office in Oka. In all 3 cases, serious disruptions were occasioned by the fire, further diverting our attention from regular preparations to recovery from the impact of the incidents. In Isialangwa South, hundreds of PVCs were burnt, necessitating the recompiling of the affected cards and reprinting them in time to ensure that the affected voters are not disenfranchised. I am glad to say that all the cards were quickly reprinted and made available for collection by their owners. In Kwampan local government area, our entire office was razed, destroying all the materials prepared for the elections, from the printed voter registers, the ballot boxes, the voting cubicles, and several electricity generating sets 11 registration areas with over 100 polling units were affected by the fire. We recovered quickly and have since replaced everything destroyed in Kwampang. In addition, we secured a suitable building from which to conduct the elections. Perhaps the most serious was the fire incident in our Anambra office in Oka, which destroyed over 4,600 smart card readers being prepared for the elections. These card readers take at least 6 months to procure. Despite this setback, we have practically recovered from this by mopping up every available spare smart card reader across the country within 24 hours and delivered them for elections to hold in Anambra State. All these challenges mean that there have been differences in preparations from one state to another. Our overall assessment is that if the elections went on as planned, polls will not open at 8 in the morning in all polling units nationwide. Yet, we are determined that polls must hold at the same time and in every part of the country. In this way, no elections will be staggered. This is very important to public perception of elections as free, fair, and credible. We promise Nigerians that we shall be open, transparent, and responsive.